Are the Detroit Lions truly ready to compete for the Super Bowl in 2025? Or is there still a missing piece to transform this defense into a dominant unit? If there is one position where the team needs reinforcements, it's the pass rusher. Aiden Hutchinson has already proven to be a cornerstone of this defense, but his injury in Week 7 exposed a concerning weakness. Without him, the Lions struggled to pressure opposing quarterbacks. With the season approaching, the team must decide whether to seek a solution through a trade or invest in young talent via the draft. Among the names that may be available at the 28th pick, one of the most intriguing is Michael Williams from Georgia. While his college stats aren't extraordinary, 14 sacks in 3 seasons, his athletic and physical potential suggests he could become a key piece in Detroit's defense. Williams has an impressive physical build and a skill set that makes him a versatile threat. He has already demonstrated the ability to play multiple positions along the defensive line and possesses a variety of effective moves to beat blockers. His game combines explosiveness, power, and refined hand technique, qualities that fit well within the scheme of new defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard. One factor that may have limited his production was an ankle injury early in the last season, which reduced his playing time. However, his developmental ceiling is high, and his potential as a pass rusher can be fully unlocked in the NFL. Additionally, he has yet to turn 21, meaning there is plenty of room for growth. But Williams isn't the only option available. Other draft alternatives include players like Jared Verse from Florida State and Chop Robinson from Penn State, both projected as first-round talents. Each brings a unique skill set and could be a viable solution for the Lions to strengthen their defense. Jared Verse, for example, has been widely discussed among experts. With relentless motor and great aggression at the line of scrimmage, he has the ability to immediately impact any defense that selects him. His college production was consistent, and his presence on the field forces opposing offensive lines to stay constantly alert. Meanwhile, Chop Robinson is an explosive athlete with a first step that challenges blockers before they can even react. His aggressive play style and speed in pursuit of the quarterback make him an ideal candidate for a team needing a dynamic pass rusher. Beyond the draft, the Lions could explore the trade market to bolster their defense. Big names like Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns have been mentioned as possibilities if the team is willing to part with draft capital or players to secure an immediate and established defensive presence. Another interesting possibility is targeting free agents who can contribute immediately. Veteran players like Danielle Hunter from the Minnesota Vikings and Josh Allen from the Jacksonville Jaguars could be viable options depending on the team's financial situation. Both players have proven experience in the NFL and could add depth and talent to the Lions' pass rush. The Lions' coaching staff might also bet on the development of young talent already on the roster. The growth of players like James Houston and Josh Paschal could be a determining factor for the team's defense in 2025. If these players can take the next step in their evolution, the Lions may have a stronger defensive line rotation without heavy investments in the draft or trades. Another crucial point to consider is the impact of new defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard. His defensive scheme could directly influence the success of the team's pass rushers. If he can maximize the potential of the existing players, the need for reinforcements might be less than expected. The Lions' defensive line doesn't rely solely on edge pressure. One factor that could improve pass rush performance is the presence of dominant defensive tackles inside the line. Players like Alim McNeill have already shown flashes of talent, but Detroit may need more consistency in this area to create opportunities for edge rushers. Another fundamental aspect is defensive rotation throughout the season. Defensive linemen endure high physical wear, and a strong group of backups can be essential to maintaining high productivity in key games. Having a deep roster with different pass rushing styles can make the defensive system more unpredictable for opponents. It's also important to highlight the collective effort of the defense. An efficient pass rush doesn't depend solely on defensive linemen, but also on the secondary's coverage. If quarterbacks and safeties can hold opposing receivers longer, it gives pass rushers the opportunity to reach the quarterback. Furthermore, the team's mentality could be a difference maker. Detroit has shown in recent years that it is building a winning culture under head coach Dan Campbell. This factor can directly influence the motivation and development of defensive players, making them more competitive and prepared for the season's challenges. Another approach the Lions might consider is utilizing creative blitzes, involving linebackers and safeties in a pass rush to confuse opposing offensive lines. This strategy has been successfully adopted by several NFL teams and could be an effective tool for Detroit. Training and preparation during the preseason will also be crucial. Developing players' techniques, improving defensive communication, and creating efficient strategic schemes could make a difference throughout the year. Beyond defensive reinforcements, the Lions need to ensure that their offense remains productive. If the defense improves but the offense struggles to sustain long drives and score points, the team may face difficulties against more complete opponents. Another relevant factor is experience in playoff games. More experienced players tend to handle the pressure of decisive moments better, so acquiring athletes who have been in such situations could be an important asset for the team. The adaptation of rookies and new signings to the Lions system will be fundamental to the team's success. Often, promising talents take time to develop in the NFL, and the coaching staff's ability to accelerate this process could be crucial. One key aspect to watch will be the synergy between new and existing players. The Lions must focus on building strong chemistry within the defensive unit to ensure efficiency on the field. Leadership from veterans will be crucial in helping younger players adapt to the NFL's fast pace and high competition level. Another important consideration is the Lions' defensive depth. Injuries are an inevitable part of an NFL season, and having quality backups ready to step in at any time can make a significant difference in the team's performance. Developing a deep roster will ensure long-term stability. Scouting and analytics will also play a major role in determining the best approach for strengthening the roster. The Lions front office needs to thoroughly evaluate both potential draft picks and free agents, considering factors such as injury history, adaptability, and scheme fit. Ultimately, the key to the Lions' success will be a well-balanced approach. While strengthening the pass rush is a priority, the team must also ensure that other areas of the defense and offense continue progressing. A holistic strategy will give Detroit the best chance to remain competitive throughout the 2025 season. With all these options on the table, the Lions must determine the best strategy to strengthen their defense. Will the ideal solution come from the draft? Or could a veteran player be the missing piece to transform this unit into one of the best in the NFL? If the Lions are willing to bet on raw talent with high growth potential, Michael Williams could be the key piece to elevate this defense to the next level. But will he still be available at the 28th pick? Or will the Lions need to make moves in the draft to secure this reinforcement? And you, Lions fan, do you believe Michael Williams would be the ideal choice for Detroit? Or do you prefer another option like Jared Verse, Chop Robinson, or even an experienced veteran? Leave your comment and don't forget to subscribe to Lions News Fan Report for more analysis and updates on the team.